Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, and welcome to our 2025 Best of Racing Helmet Buying Guide. We've done the hard work to curate the best 5 helmets we think are going to serve you well at the track. Now, just because we're saying they're racing and they're for the track doesn't mean you can't also wear them on the street. But do be aware, these are designed specifically for top speed, high performance environments, and that's how we're gonna be judging them. So remember, before we jump in, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. That way you're gonna have first look at all of our buying guides, best ofs, and exciting new releases. So hit that button. And also in the description is going to be a link to each one of these helmets that we're talking about in today's video. That'll take you over to speedaddicts.com, where we hope you'll shop for your next set of moto gear for the track or otherwise. We've got all the parts and accessories you need for 2 wheels. And in the description, there's also a link to each in-depth breakdown, because we do have an in-depth video for each one of the models that we're going to talk about in today's video. And of course, don't forget, if you're in SoCal, come and shop for your next track helmet at the Speed Addicts Superstore here in the city of Orange, where we have the world's most epic helmet wall, full selection of track-ready apparel, suits, gloves, and boots. We've got you covered for the track here at the Speed Addicts Superstore. And now let's jump into our number 1 pick for the track. First up on the list, we've got the Shoei X-15. Now, if you've worn one of these helmets, then you won't be surprised that it's our top pick. Now, is it the lightest or necessarily like the sexiest looking of the 5 we picked today? No, but it is definitely the best all around. And now we've taken the time to send this to the track with our team test pilot and have shootouts against some of the top racing helmets on the market today, and the Shoei keeps coming out on top. A few of the reasons why: well, number 1, it's passing all the latest safety standards. So we got DOT, of course, we got EC 2206, and we got Snell 2020. So it's definitely track ready, gonna be accepted at any racetrack you go to. The fit is exceptional and highly tunable. The interior of the Shoei is incredible with the way that it can be tuned to fit your head and your riding position. The ventilation is excellent. So we've got a massive ram air intake, and the interior is smartly designed to let the air flow through the liner, through the cheek pads, and through the EPS. So it's gonna keep you cool. And while I said it's not the lightest, but it is exceptionally well balanced, and the fit is great. It has plenty of room up in the chin bar, so it's not right on your face, and it just feels great out there on the track. They have a new lineup of graphics for 2025, and if you haven't noticed here in 2025, that Marquez is back, and his brother's right behind him, both wearing the Shoei X-15 in MotoGP, looking great while doing it. So look out for a lot of Marquez family replicas. They're out there and looking great. Okay, they got the AIM Matrix shell, and this thing is going to be ultra premium pricing at $900 to over $1,000, depending on which graphic you're looking for. But the Shoei value comes in the 3rd and 4th year of wearing it, okay? When you might have had to replace a helmet that you're wearing a lot that's not a Shoei, okay? This is handmade in Japan, refinement culture, ultra high level of fit and finish, okay? You're spending a little bit more up front, but it really holds up, and that's usually why we recommend Shoei to someone and explain why it costs more than some others, okay? So it's really the quality. It's gonna show up year after year for you. Intermediate oval fit, 4 shell sizes, again, highly customizable fit, very comfortable. All the things you're looking for in a track helmet that is going to hold up for you with a 5-year warranty from the folks over at Shoei. It is the X-15 and the champ for 2025. Next up, we've got the fan favorite. It is the Alpinestars SM10. Now, since this thing came out, it's been an absolute heater. It's been difficult, to be honest, to even get your hands on one of these. The supply is getting a little bit better, but these gloss black carbons are still a sellout risk. So if you see it and you want it, act quickly over at speedaddicts.com. If it's sold out in your size, sign up for in-stock notifications so you get an email immediately when the next batch of or SR10s come back into stock. So this is Alpinestars' first helmet for the street market. Now, Alpinestars, if you've been riding the street, you've probably worn their gloves or jackets or boots, and so you were not unfamiliar to the brand. So the launch was a huge success, not just because of that brand familiarity, but because they made a really excellent looking helmet. I mean, this thing looks like it's flying just standing still with the gills on the chin bar. This diffuser on the side really kind of sets it apart. This is a new kind of dimension for helmet diffusers. I haven't really seen anything quite like that. Makes it look real sexy. And then you have a pronounced rear diffuser with an added race diffuser that is available. Now, all the R10s come with a smoke shield and a clear in the box. They are tear-off ready and pin lock ready as well, which also comes in the box. This thing's also going to check all the latest safety standards, including FIM. So you got DOT, EC 2206, and FIM. So this is definitely track ready. It's ultra premium. Price tag coming in at $999 for the carbon at the moment. We'll see if they can hold that price over 2025 with tariffs coming. And then we've got up to $1199 for the graphics. Racer replicas will run you more. Right now we got the Acosta and the Miller replicas available to you. So I've actually had the privilege of wearing this at the track and on the street recently, and I can tell you that it kind of just disappears, which is what you want from a good helmet. You want to kind of forget you're wearing it after the first lap, and this thing is so light, and the eye port is so wide and big that it really kind of just fades into nothingness, we'll say, and it lets you focus on your ride. The ventilation's also great. I did notice a little bit of more air kicking up kind of from the bottom than I wanted, but otherwise, man, this thing was awesome. Really solid lock here on the front. They have the collarbone relief for the bottom edge of this thing, quick release, emergency release cheek pads, beautiful interior, which is absolutely a pleasure to be in. And again, the looks cannot be beat. 4 shell sizes, size extra small through 2 extra large, intermediate oval fit. You won't be sorry. If you got the scratch, get yourself an R10 from Alpinestars. And if this is too much money for you, don't worry. They are going to be coming out with more models for the street from Alpinestars that are going to be a bit more affordable. ETA on that is not available at this time, but for now, you've got the R10 available at SPEEDADDICTS.com. Next on our list, we have an Italian brand. It is the Suomy S1 XR GP helmet. This helmet's been in MotoGP for several years now on the head of Pecco Bagnaia. Now we'll see what he can do against Marquez this year, but this helmet is Suomy's top flight racing helmet. It is beautiful looking. It was actually designed by the designer of the AGV Pista, which the folks over at Suomy and KYT stole away. So you should know that the KYT KX1 and Suomy S1 XR are actually the same helmet. That's why I put them both out here on the table. They're owned by the same parent company, produced in the same factories. So pick your poison, whichever one looks cooler to you. This is the Pecco limited edition. And the great thing about the Suomy S1 XR KX1 is that there are not just the carbon, high-end carbon fiber or racer replicas that run, you know, upwards of $800, $900, $1,000. Both the Suomy S1 XR and KYT KX1 are DOT EC 2206 and FIM homologated. They are definitely track-ready helmets meeting all the latest safety standards. They also have composite versions of the same exact helmet that start at $656. The only difference really is a little bit of weight savings for the carbon fiber. So if you want a top flight MotoGP helmet and you don't want to spend $1,000, well, you don't have to if you go with the composite version of one of these helmets, okay? The tri-material for the composite is their carbon aramid fiber, fiberglass mix. The thing about this helmet that makes it unique is it's actually going to give you an advantage on the track. And I know that sounds like a big promise, but talking to the product team over at Suomy, this helmet and KYT, this helmet is going to allow the rider to get closer to the tank and have a tighter crouch position on the bike, and it is actually going to get you more speed on the straight. That is straight from the racer's mouth and the product team, okay? So the way this thing's designed and the position of the eye port, the size of the eye port is enormous, 210 degrees, and then we got 9 degrees vertical, okay? So it's gonna allow you to get closer to tank, get lower, be more slippery in the air, and gain more top speed. Intermediate oval fit, 3 shell sizes. I will say this helmet does fit a little tighter in the face. It's more of a race fit, so be prepared for that. It does look awesome here with the diffuser. Again, this is the limited edition Pecco. We still have a few of these left, but definitely sexy. I love the design on the chin bar and the way they've kind of got these different slabs kind of cutting backwards, making it look fast. It does ventilate great. We have these big ram air or scalloped intakes across the top. And I will say, it's got one of the best visor mechanisms in or the racing helmet category. They've really improved that over the years. Suomy did this easy one-button release and a really solid locking on the front end with a metal clasp there. It is the Suomy S1 XR or the KYT KX1. Both available now. Get them while you can. They are in relatively short supply over at SPEEDADDICTS.com, or come shop them in person at the Superstore. Next up, we've got Nexx. That's Nexx. This is a little something different. If you haven't seen this brand before, you should keep an eye on them because they are out of Portugal. The helmets are actually made in Europe. Unlike most other helmets on the market today, which are all made in Asia, this is actually made at their own plant headquarters in Portugal. The XR3R is Nexx top flight racing helmet, coming in at $549 for composite. Then you can step up to the carbon fiber versions for $749 to $819. And then on the table, we've got the FIM Evo Carbon for $899. Now, this FIM version is going to carry the FIM hologram and homologation. The other ones don't carry the hologram, but I don't think anything was done differently with those. So you can do the math there in terms of the protection that they might be offering. Another great thing is that composite version of the XR3R is very affordable in the $500 range compared to a lot of these $1,000 racing helmets out there. So if you're on a budget, the Nexx composite is a great option for you. So again, made in Portugal. This thing's got the smoked visor on it that is included in the box for the FIM version, one of the things you get for spending more. All of the XR3Rs have an optional extended race visor, which you can put on to give you a little bit more or less drag on the straight and at top speeds. The overall design of this thing is incredible, and I love the carbon hagibis. They have like a gloss purple carbon that really looks cool. Again, something different, something you're not going to see all your buddies wearing at the track if you show up in the Nexx XR3R. The balance is great. The helmet is quite comfortable on your head. The way that the shield locks is very intuitive and opens up. And the design of the shield has got a little bit something special to it across the top, and the bottom edge is giving a little bit more of that motion and racing look to it. It is the Nexx XR3R, something new, something different from the folks over at Nexx. I think this is the best helmet Nexx has made yet and will serve you well at the track. If you've been hitting track days the last few years, you've seen a ton of KYTs show up, and the one you're seeing typically is going to be the NZ Race. That's what's on the table. So this is budget-friendly carbon fiber racing performance, $499 to $549. That's right. You don't have to spend $1,000 to get a full carbon fiber racing helmet that is exceptionally light. It's right around 3 pounds. It's definitely one of the lightest full-face helmets we offer here at Speed Addicts. So if you want lightweight, you want tons of ventilation, big eye port, NZ Race is going to do that all for you for $500. It is DOT and EC 2206 and is ready to race. And if you bang one of these up, you're not going to feel quite as bad as, say, that X-15 or R10 from Alpinestars, okay? So if you're the type that's really out there rubbing elbows, you're racing a lot, you're actually competing, something like that, you're going to buy multiple helmets maybe in a year, NZ Race is going to keep you in the game on a budget, okay? Now, they're going to replace this helmet. There's a replacement for the NZ Race coming late in 2025, but for now it is going to be still available in limited quantity. So if you want one of these, act fast when you see it now at SpeedAddicts.com. Also remember, the Suomy TX Pro is essentially the very similar helmet under that Suomy label. They actually take the same face shield, so look for that if you are trying to achieve the same thing. Race ready helmet, carbon fiber. It's going to look great. The NZ Race available now in several colors over at SpeedAddicts.com, and sizes extra small through 2 extra large, 2 shell sizes DOT, again EC 2206 intermediate oval fit. Great eye port, great performance, and it's not going to crush the budget. I know racing ain't cheap, right? Okay, that is the best of 2025 racing helmets, all available now at SpeedAddicts.com. Remember, if you want to learn more about any one of these helmets, the link to the full video breakdowns is down there in the description, as well as the links that get you over to buy at Speed Addicts, where all these helmets are going to ship fast, free, with the industry's best return policy. That's right, a full 90 days. We even pay the return shipping for so shopping for helmets at Speed Addicts is risk-free. And finally, my last shameless plug before you go, if you're in SoCal, just come shop for your next track lit at the Speed Addicts Superstore, where we have them all and we have experts to fit you and give you advice on what might work best for you. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.